Sting's been making a name for himself ever since he showed up, but tonight he looks to prove that he's not only the future, but that he's the right now, too. The power, speed, and agility that this man has put into one complete package, it's just awe-inspiring, King.
Yeah, you're right. This young man giving the daunting task of trying to defeat Ric Flair tonight. And you have to wonder if he realizes how big this moment truly is. I mean, he may have the physical tools, but you got to wonder if he has the mental acumen needed to beat someone at the level of the Nature Boy. And that's right, Cole. I said mental acumen.
The five-time World Heavyweight Champion looks incredibly confident, as always, heading into this all-important title defense, King.
Of course he's confident, Cole. Ric Flair is undoubtedly the wrestler of the 80s, but he may very well be looking the future in the face, and he may not like what he sees.
Introducing now, the challenger from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 260 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sting! And now, the world's heavyweight champion, 5 times over, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 242 pounds, the world's heavyweight champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
One thing I'd like to point out is this match will have a special time limit of 45 minutes or one fall, King.
Yeah, and you have to think that that can only play to the Nature Boy's advantage. I mean, seeing that he has made his name in 60-minute long matches his entire career.
And you know, Ken, despite the way Ric Flair talks, I can't help but think he has a great deal of respect for Sting. And with that in mind, it'll be interesting to see how the Nature Boy approaches this matchup.
Well, you know what, Cole? I fully expect Nate to approach this like any other match. I mean, look for him to dictate the pace of the match, and when the smoke clears, look for him to walk away with his championship reign still intact.
And look at this, Sting looking to overwhelm the champ with his power and his speed advantage.
Whoa, look out!
Over the top goes Flair, and Sting's in control.
Man, Flair's in big trouble out there on the floor. Oh, he's begging off. I don't blame him.
Yeah, but Sting, look at, taking the fight to Flair.
Watch out!
Oh, into the post, shoulder first.
Oh, a huge mistake by Sting. That could be big, big.
Bore the brunt of the attack.
Man, I hope we can get a doctor out here as a precaution. Damaged ribs like that can make it hard to breathe.
And he's heading back in.
I can't blame him.
don't want to know what that feels like.
Yeah, well, I've felt it before, and you're right, you don't want to know.
He's flagrantly breaking the rules. This could cause irreparable damage. Come on, ref.
You know, it's as if the ref doesn't even care.
Sting dodges trouble.
Well, that's veteran instincts for you. The reversal from Nate.
A textbook reversal. Can he follow up?
God, there was nothing accurate about that attempted offense.
Oh, you're being too kind. Some people would use other words to describe what we just witnessed. Oh, that'll leave a mark.
Now, why did he do that? A move like that's low. It's appalling, if you ask me. Totally disrespectful.
Well, when he sees a belt, he likes to hit below it. He wasted too much time on that one.
Ric Flair in the apex of his career, and the Stinger, of course, rapidly approaching that superstar status. If he can rack up a victory here tonight, it'll no doubt put him over the hump.
And he may very well be on his way, Cole. I mean, a win here tonight over Ric Flair and capturing the World Heavyweight Championship would undoubtedly put Sting in the upper echelon of competitors.
Sting may have bitten off more than he can chew here tonight, as he appears to lack the experience needed to seriously contend against Ric Flair.
I don't know, Cole. He may be in a tough spot here, but we've seen the Stinger come back from worse. Don't count him out just yet.
His nose might end up where his ear is by the time this one's over. Few superstars are as dominant as this guy. We may have discovered his favorite move.
You think? He seems to use it often enough. Not this! And that one hit with the force of a big rig. Boy, he is really tired now. That tank of his has to be reading empty.
It has to be, King. But I still don't see him giving up.
And Stinger steps through. Stinger looking for the Scorpion.
What a deadly submission hold this is. We might see a tap out right here. And he lets him out.
Well, he might have been losing some of his grip there anyway. He probably figured it would be better to release the hold now before his opponent could counter it. Hey, targeting the head.
Gonna have to compartmentalize some of the pain that's been dished out and find a way to forge on. Oh, they couldn't find a home for that one.
Well, it certainly wasn't due to a lack of trying, Michael.
I gotta say, Sting is really looking good right now. Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy. And look at Sting he's coming out strong. There's the Stinger splash in the corner.
Flair's in big trouble, but you know what? There's not much time left in this match.
Yeah, the clock ticking down as Sting is gonna set up. Flair for the Scorpion deathlock, and he's got it clinched in. Is Flair gonna tap out middle of the ring?
This is amazing. Flair is gonna lose. We're gonna have a new champion.
Yeah, but King, look at the time. Is Flair gonna tap out? The referee calls for the bell. Did Flair tap?
I can't tell. What happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has secured the decisions from our judges, and they read as follows. Our first of 3 judges has scored the match for the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Our second of 3 judges has scored the match for Sting. Our third and final judge has scored this match a draw. Therefore, still heavyweight champion of the world, the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Flair is still the champion, but Sting is nothing to be ashamed of.